sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did just happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want? What you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if it getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like, immune to everybody, this is stunt 101. Up in the club, throwing the 50s like, hate it or love it, I just can't get enough. Labels keep calling me, I said move if you call me please, or don't even bother me. They said, oh my apologies, they keep calling and calling. I keep stalling and stalling. Rookie of the year, my career snowballing. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now 1 for 1, a lot more to go. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, this is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Farrell, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The give to Howard running left. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll run on 1st down. Farrell. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, Farrell, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Jackson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson from 17 yards out. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. They begin the drive with Williams. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And
I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 2nd down now. Farrell, he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, a guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Jackson now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. Here's Jackson to throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with career touchdown number 60. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
On second down, Williams. Room here to run. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move but couldn't free much space. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. Second down and goal. Wilson, the quick slant caught. Touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys have now moved out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. After the sack on first down, Jackson looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 81 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And oh, it's blocked. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wilson. And that is incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Wilson. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Wilson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, throw left side complete. That's Andrews. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Wilson now off the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Wilson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, Farrell. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A couple of veterans, Wilson to Sutton there for the Bronco first.
52's the mic, boy, 52.
To throw is Wilson. And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson. Flush to his right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st down, Farrell. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 28.
First down, Broncos.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Johnston. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Farrell. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from? Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. First play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll come out in the pistol. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line.
Returning it, here's Hamler.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson finding Williams once more, complete. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From from midfield now. Here's Wilson.
On the slant, completes to Sutton.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing again here, Wilson. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Wilson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
They get 1 more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Farrell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Throwing now is Jackson.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
City, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Baltimore, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.